Do you have a fountain pen that is crusty, musty, dusty? Well, don't worry, because today's video is all about how to clean your fountain pen. Hey everybody, Alvin at Atlas here. Today we're going to do a video on how to do routine cleaning on your fountain pen. Before we get into the video, some really important things to note before you tackle cleaning your own pen. First off, we're only going to use cold or lukewarm water. Don't use hot water because it can actually affect the fitment of certain components. The fitment on fountain pens is super important that everything is really perfect. Otherwise, you can get poor flow or performance down the line. Second super important rule is to never use alcohol or chemicals. It's almost entirely unnecessary. If your pen is extremely dirty, there is fountain pen safe pen flush out there, but really you never ever want to use alcohol or chemicals. And the last but very important rule is don't unnecessarily disassemble your fountain pen. The fitment of your fountain pen is very important in order for it to flow properly. So we want to make sure we are not disassembling things unless we have to, and that we're well aware of how to put everything back together with proper fitment. Okay, so we're going to keep it pretty simple for our routine cleaning. We've got a container of cold water. We've got a dirty Kaweco Sport. And then additionally, this isn't something that you need, but it really helps us out when we're cleaning, up to 100 testers in our shop, is a bulb syringe. You can get these pretty affordably at your pharmacy or supermarket, and it can really speed up the cleaning process. It's not entirely necessary though, so only if you want. Okay, so first things first, we are going to disassemble our Kaweco Sport. So we can actually use the converters to clean the fountain pens by pulling clean water through the pen, so it's easy to clean. This has got quite a lot of shimmer on it, so it's definitely going to need a good rinse, but we can take care of it without any sort of deep cleaning techniques. So first off, we can just soak the cap and the barrel since they have just a little bit of ink in there. I'm going to go ahead and drop it into our jar, making sure to push all the air out so it sinks to the bottom. Do the same for our barrel. There we go. And then we'll just let those soak and get all that dried ink re-wet. And then for our Kaweco, what we'll do is we're going to dip it in, and we're going to just use the converter itself to pull water up and push it out. Once your water starts to get dirty, it's a good idea to just replace it and then keep flushing until it's perfectly clean. Sometimes different inks, especially across brands, can interact with each other. We want to avoid that, especially if we're going to switch the color of our inks, by making sure that we consistently clean our water so by the end our fountain pen is perfectly clean. All right, we've refreshed our water, so we're going to continue pushing clean water through the pen. We can see we're already not pushing out any more ink. So we can take the converter out. You can see there's still a little bit of ink left here. So we're gonna actually drop that in for the moment and then use just the converter and get all of that ink out. Now that's pretty clean. From here, what we'll do is just take a paper towel or a rag, if you want to be more sustainable, and just dry off our components. All right, we fished the nib out. Now we can give that a dry. This is a good time to see if we've fully cleaned out the pen. When you dab the nib and the feed against a paper towel, if you have any leftover ink, then you might want to keep flushing. But it looks like we did a great job here. It's perfectly clean, don't see any more shimmer. Drying out the stem here, also pretty clean. So from here we just reassemble everything back together. And there we go, a perfectly clean Kaweco Sport. There we have it, how to do basic cleaning and maintenance on your fountain pens. If you're curious on how to do a full disassembly and deep cleaning on a fountain pen, that video is coming up next, so stay tuned for that. You You can catch that video and all of our other videos and our products at atlasstationers.com.